All right, all right, Johnny Deluxe here, and we're getting up to the July long weekend. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to see what worked this year, what didn't, and I'm about ready to do a complete reorganization and get everything ready for the hot part of the summer. We've kind of finished all the spring new growth, and we've got some interesting things happening. So I'm going to run through. I've had all this delivered to fix the place up. So let's run through and see what we have here. We got this tomato plant. This is a heritage beefsteak tomato type, and we're getting some tomatoes in down here, and it looks like it's going to be good, and it's really been vigorous this year. And my cactus garden, I split them, and they've really taken off. It's looking good. I'm going to be reorganizing those. This hasn't blossomed yet. That's a beauty. Now my blackberries. The blackberries are a mixed bag. These ones all seem to be, I don't know if there's a pollination problem or something. They didn't really come up as robust and ripe as I would have liked, but that's okay. And then we'll run through here. The strawberries have been fantastic. I have these 2 strawberry plants, and I have been getting all kinds of strawberries and eating them just from those 2 plants. It's been amazing. Roma tomatoes, super successful. I've got all these tomatoes coming in. These white planters have been really successful. They've really done well. I think they're just a fantastic product. And I bought some more. I'm going to be setting those up. This guy somebody got to him. I hope he enjoyed his meal. And these are all Roma tomatoes, which I eat a lot of. I make my own salsa. The cherry tomatoes have been fantastic. And down here we've got another sort of beefsteak tomato. It's come up really nice. Cherry tomatoes have been beautiful. And that's now these lilies and ferns have been great. Some of these might be getting a little too much sun, but a lot of the ferns have done well. And look at these allium. These are beautiful. I think they're allium. Anyway, you can see they're just blossoming beautifully. And I've got these. Now these little guys, succulents, these have been really doing well. This one's bloomed beautifully. And this fern here has been, I don't know, he looks like maybe he's got a little too much water. You can see these are sort of a desert flower. There's a weed there coming through. Well, a volunteer anyway. Here's some bamboo grass. It's beautiful. Now these have blossomed. This looks like we're going to get some blooms here. And we've had blooms there. It's been beautiful this year. And I'm going to be reorganizing everything and getting ready for the heart of the summer now. The arbutus trees and the cedar trees, which I like to put together, have done well. A lot of wind comes through here, and we've had some broken branches and stuff like that. But other than that, things have been good. Now let's go on through here. The monkey puzzle tree. Look at this. He's splitting into 4 on the top. He's nice new growth. He's really doing nicely. Super happy with that guy. Now my roses have been a nice surprise this year. They had lots of blooms. As you can see, I haven't been deadheading the blooms or anything, but they've been vigorous. They've done nicely. Now this is a jasmine, which I think blooms in the winter or when we get a little later on, and it's coming up, and this is going to cover this nicely. This is it's like a blue spruce sort of thing, variation. I'm not sure exactly why. I'm going to move him out of here. I put him here back then, but oh look, we got some volunteers in behind him too. Anyway, my water lilies here. I'm not really big on these plastic pots being out here. I kind of like all these terracotta. I'm going to try and get it all to match. I got some new terracotta, and I'm going to I've got a few different ones, but mainly I've got the terracotta pots. I don't really like the plastic mixed in with it. Aesthetically, it's kind of old, but the water's nice for the birds and for the water lilies, and it's kind of interesting. But I think I might move these around and get terracotta pots for the water. I might go out and order them this week. Now I've just fertilized everything. Now these I don't use a chemical fertilizer on anything I'm going to eat, but for the trees, because they're in these pots, I use a tree and shrub fertilizer, and I fertilize them in the spring and then in the summer and then now, and then that'll be it for the year. Now these are, look at these gorgeous they're coming up, and I've got these, and these have been sort of like You know, I did study horticulture, tropical horticulture, but I'm not big on names and stuff. I just know about plants thriving and what they, you know. So excuse me if I'm not really great with the names. I can't. I can't. I think I'm getting early onset dementia because I can't remember people's names anymore. Now look at this. This is going to bloom. This is going to be gorgeous. And here we have. This was a beautiful, beautiful. These purple flowers. It was gorgeous early on in the heat, and it's already bloomed, and I'm really happy with it next year. Now my maple trees have been good. I got these maple trees. Now this one here, it was really ill. It had a lot of problems. I brought it over, and it had bark issues down here. I tried to patch it up, and it had a problem here, and this, but it gave it a shot, and then it just gave up the ghost. So I'm going to be removing that and doing something with that. Then over here, these are evergreens. This is some kind of a, I don't know, is it like a cedar or is it a cypress? I don't know exactly. I'll have to look into that. That's a blue spruce, I know that. These are little ones, and my ferns. This is a beautiful fern. And then this maple tree here, I think what's happened is I brought it in here. I think we've got a drainage issue on this pot. So I've loosened them up. I'm going to repot them today, I think. I loosened them up. I think there's a problem with the root ball. And you can see it's got all this, and I'm not happy about that. It did have a spurt of growth though early on. So I'm going to take him and repot him, and I think we can save him. Elm tree. This guy's really come up this year beautifully. This is a golden cedar. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And so this is, I'm putting a screen up here between me and the neighbor so he gets some privacy, vice versa. And so I've used the cedars, and these arbutus trees have really, I love arbutus trees, and they really do well with the cedar trees. I don't know, something about them. And this is a little loose. I'm going to repot this guy. We get a lot of wind through here, so these things blow over and down, and I turn them all the time, and you can see it's got that beautiful bark peeling that you see on the arbutus trees. Arbutus trees only grow within about 5 to 8 miles from the ocean, so we're on the ocean here. It's just over that wall. I'll show you that in a minute. So they do well. Now here's some, I'm going to put my umbrella up. This is an umbrella that's good for 35-mile-an-hour winds. So I've had it out the front for now because I wasn't sure, but what I have is, that's my chair right there. I like to sit out here and eat my food. So I was going to put the umbrella up for the hot part of the summer, and I'm going to make a different spot for my chair where I can sit out in the shade and put some trees around. Now this is that's the lion's mane maple right there. This is another maple here. Again, I think there's a little too much. Don't know if that's windbound or from the water on the roots, but we're going to get to the bottom of it here. Now these are gorgeous. Like, look at these lilies, beautiful. And then I've got these red. I think they're more of a shade-loving plant. It's a shady day in Vancouver, so I imagine they're pretty happy today. Here's my friend the crows. I've got a murder of crows flying around the front. I've got 2 pigeons, 2 crows, a pair of seagulls, and we've got a whole bunch of baby woodpeckers, flickers I think they are, coming around, and we've got all kinds of beautiful, beautiful birds. So I'm going to start taking pictures of them. Now these are peppers. I'm not sure. I've just moved oh, look at this. Now there we go. This is what we're talking about. Look at that. That's a blackberry. Oh my God. Absolutely fantastic. Now, this is, I think this is basil. I think these are eggplants. And we're looking forward to getting those later in the year. Here's some ferns, cedar trees. And down here we have these guys, these succulents. Now, I'm going to be putting, I've got a plan for them. These are heather plants. My daughter's named Heather. So I like to, and when I was a kid growing up, we had a big heather garden, at our house, and they come up purple, and I really remember it well. So I really love these plants. I have 4 of them, and they bloom in the winter, I think, like the Scottish Highlands. Anyway, this mint is absolutely fantastic. It's strong. Oh my gosh, it's just thriving. These were gorgeous, these pink flowers. And then a little cedar here. And this is, this is really thrived. Now I put some wildflower seeds around, so I'm not sure if that looks like a wildflowery thing. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so that's what's going on here. And we're gonna, oh, now this guy here, I got to get a hose reel. I got these hoses with this, but it's, I want to get a stainless steel one. And I've been spending my money on other things, and I always think there's something I want more than it. But in fact, I think I'm going to come into some little bonus here pretty soon, and I'm going to order a couple of hose reels. Now this guy here, he had the drainage got blown. Look at that, I hate labels on pots. I'm going to get that off. Anyways, he had a drainage problem, and I lost a lot. So I tried to take off all the dead and just leave the live buds to see where he'd come from. So he's come back a bit. That was, I should have jumped on it right away, but I didn't, I wasn't sure if it dried out or, anyway, it had a plug drainage thing, and I missed it for a little bit. Boom, Bob's your uncle, we had a problem. Now this is my olive tree. I love this olive tree, and there's an eggplant down here. I think that's an oregano there, and it looks like a little tomato volunteer there. And that there is a little bit of cilantro that I'm gonna repot and grow. Zucchinis, tomatoes, dill, peppers, and then I've got some, gosh, I can't remember the name of those things, but anyway, it didn't do so well. I think they're maybe too sunny or too something. It kind of grows up, and it looks like it's nitrogen starved up to the top there. I'm not sure what's happening. Anyway, I just started the garden this year in February, so this is my first year, so I don't know what's going to thrive and what's not, and how we're going to do, and what's, these are banana things. This is a shady spot right here, so these things have really done nicely. This is a maple. This is some kind of, God, I can't remember the name of them. They've got these little flowers. It's kind of an interesting thing. The leaves were they were like a real crimson red with the green before, but it looks like it's doing really well in the shade, and it's a little burnt out in the sun, so I'm going to give it a good shady spot when we reorganize. This is cilantro. I love cilantro. Down here, I've been eating a lot of that. The honeysuckle. These flowers, I'm waiting for the hummingbirds. The hummingbirds are actually around, so they love the honeysuckle. That thing's thrived. It's getting out of control, and matter of fact. So that was a winner. And this tree here, I'm not sure what this is. I think it's some kind of magnolia or something. And it's in a pot that's too small, so I'm going to redo that. And this rose here, this is it looks like, I'm not sure what's happened there, and then it seems to be healthy on the top. Anyway, I'm going to have to look into it. It's a little looking a little pale and peaked. So anyway, this is what it looks like now, and I'm going to be reorganizing it, and I'm going to probably do a time lapse. It's kind of interesting. So let's go around the front and have a look at what we've got out in front here. So yesterday I spent the day reorganizing. It's a whole different vibe out here. This is all bamboo and stuff. Yesterday I spent the day organizing, and I need to get this glued down. I got to order some glue. These are all artificial turf glued onto rubber pads, and it's actually really great. I can walk out here. It's nice to walk on. It makes it really nice. And I got all bamboo. So this is my office window, and what I had is I have bamboo in front, so I don't need blinds or anything, and it filters the light really nicely. So what we have is window washers that come down here and over here and around there. So this cleared spot I have here, and then I'm going to put everything so it's easy to move out of the way. So when they come to do their window washing, I'm going to have all cleared spots that I can move. I'm going to do that with my organization. Here are some water lilies, and here's some bamboo. There's my neighbor. And over here we have more bamboo, and here's water lilies, and you can see that they're starting to root in the bottom there. They've got some gravel and some sand in this little thing. And over here we've got some more water plants, and I've got some crows and some Buddhas, and they seem to attract the birds nicely, and some lambs, which I can light up at night. And here I put water lilies in the bottom, and they're just coming up to the surface here. And that's going to be exciting when they come up. I think they're going to probably show no bloom this year. So anyway, and I've got my little boxing workout stuff. So I'm super happy with this. And then of course we're on the ocean, which makes it twice as nice. So anyway, that's what's going on right now. So today's project is going to be, these plates are 180 pounds each, and they anchor the umbrella. It's some kind of fancy French or Italian umbrella that's good for 35-mile-an-hour winds, but they're really, really difficult to move. There's 2 of the plates stack up, and then that thing goes on top, and it's for a one-man job. It's really it's a good deal of fun. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. This is my Vancouver patio garden, and I'm Johnny Deluxe.